like he still doesn't know this is what actually happened. But
this is why still wouldn't. Maybe I just date someone casually, break up with them on text, just to see how it feels.
oh my god,
I'm willing to give yours a try, but I'm not giving mine a try.
What is this?
So you think it's fine?
Yes.
I think it's so wrong. But since you think it's right, why don't you go first?
No, I think you should go first. I mean, I know what you're going to say. It's like a very common dialogue. It's not respectful to the other person.
Yeah.
And also that's your point.
I mean,
right?
it's disrespectful.
Yeah.
I feel like it's kind of a coward move as well, because you're just like, I don't have the energy to go and like deal with this shit.
Yeah.
So you just like kind of do it and you just like leave.
Makes sense.
So
okay, I come from a very different place. I don't even know how many of you guys are gonna even relate to it. For me, it's because usually this is very subjective. Okay, in my experience though, with guys, I've created a conversation that's uncomfortable for them. They've always had a very weird way of expressing their reaction to it. Like, I know most of the time it's always a conversation in the car. It always starts with banging the steering wheel. Or like yelling. Or like locking the doors and just like not letting you go out. Like, I can just go on listing the number of times where I trust the person. I know that they're not going to make a move. But you know, in that moment, you don't know
the person anymore. Yeah.
And I just don't think I need to give them that much respect at the cost of my security.
Okay, fair enough. But why do it in a car then? Do it in a public place.
I have tried that as well. It's so weird the way they react or like create a ruckus in front of other people. It's just always so, how do I explain this? It's just, I just feel very not comfortable. I feel like they're gonna beat me up or something like that.
Makes sense, because I felt like I wanted to, so I get the other side. But no, nobody. Okay, yeah, your point makes sense, but it's not the right thing to do.
I still don't think I need to put myself in that position where they're gonna have the freedom to just attack me, because it's not just even breakup, even something that's even remotely close to that subject pops up. The way they and first of all, if I say, okay, are you okay if someone said that over a chat? I mean, not a chat, sorry, a phone call. Both are still not okay with you.
Well, So every time I haven't broken up with anybody. Yeah, no. But every time I've been broken up with, one was called to his house. His friends were there. That wasn't fun. And I was like, why the fuck is everybody here for? Second time, it's also a public place, but again, I got broken up on call. It was more like I was going to tell you, but you already know, and like that kind of conversation. Okay? And I was like, nah, like I didn't know this. Very weird. Like, I feel like it was a long enough of a friendship and we've known each other long enough time, so I would have expected, and I'm not someone who make a ruckus in a public place kind of a person. So like, knowing me to be like a very quiet, calm person, you'd think, like, I would expect to be like, yeah, like, tell me in person, like, you know. And the next time I got broken up with was on chat. Like a random Friday, Tuesday afternoon, like, this will not work out message. And it was very out of the blue. So it's again, like, what the fuck? Like, you know, it's like, you would expect the basic, at least a phone call. That honestly is a good draw there, like, you know. But I feel like if you've dated someone for a very long time, you would give them the courtesy of more than a phone call.
Yeah.
But if you're worried about the person reacting, hitting you, throwing you out of the car, those kind of understandable emotions, then I get your point. But I still would say, like, a chat
I think it's
too
very
difficult.
subjective, like, to the kind of person you're dating. Like, also from our perspective, I've only broken up with. So it's always with a guy.
Yeah, this doesn't really sound well for neither party.
Okay, and also another reason is, I think it must be one of my toxic traits that I'm attracted to almost an alpha male energy kind of guy. I don't know if that is why that they need to like make a point by establishing power. And I think because of that, even if they're guys who are like very respectful, have sisters, whatever shit it is, in that moment they just like need to bring in all the Bollywood and all the movies that they've seen and prove that, you know, okay, that is how the heroes react. I'm a hero of my life. and I need to react this way. It must be a very subconscious move on them. And
Definitely.
yeah,
and
because-
everyone's the hero in their own life, so
yeah, exactly.
main
Because
character energy, but yeah.
and another thing is, okay, so I've also had to break up multiple times to actually get to the breakup point, because the initial breakup conversations were always in person. I've tried that, and it just never works out.
No,
They
fine.
don't take no for an answer when you're in person. They start crying, and then you're just like subjected to all that emotional, and you're like convinced that you're the evil person. And there's just like so much of trauma involved in being in front of the person. What I'm saying is, it's just that every time I've tried to break, it's not that I haven't tried.
Fair
Every
enough.
time I've tried to break up in person.
Okay. Again, this is talking about one particular.
I'm talking about multiple people right now. I know.
Okay, then this is the people you have been with thing. I
Exactly.
personally, even if I hadn't been broken up with, even when people have told me they've liked me or whatever, I've always very politely, again, when someone told me they've liked me, I think a lot. I'm like, are they going to drive now? Are they going to go somewhere? Like, what's the state of mind? Are they drunk? Like,
Yeah.
like if then I will not give them I will not tell them something like negative then, because I don't want them to like spiral out and then whatever.
Yeah.
But I will definitely make sure that I do tell them, and I would prefer to tell them in person, because like I will not just be like, oh, you suck or something like that. Like, I'll give like I'll have valid reasons for my shit. So I prefer, and I think you should, like, if you've dated someone for a long enough time, like, I feel like you owe it to them to do it. But then again, I
But
guess.
that could be the last breath I take. What about that?
Well, then you will be a tale for the people of the country.
This is just so toxic on so many levels. It's like walking into a... We'll beat that out. But it's literally that. Because I remember, like, he still doesn't know this is what actually happened. But
This is why you should do breakups with people.
this is this in-person situation that I had.
Okay.
So I decided to break up with him. Okay. I proposed this idea. There was this empty bottle. He just like threw it on the steering wheel. And I promise you, it did not hurt me for shit. It just touched me, but I burst crying. Okay?
Yeah, obviously you're not very.
And he just went like, "It didn't even touch you." And I was like sobbing. I couldn't even tell
obviously,
him.
definitely.
It was legit, not even the fact that I got hurt.
It was a scary
because I
situation to be in. It's a
I
vulnerable
was
situation
so
to be
terrified.
in.
And I think that was when I decided I'm just gonna break up with this person, because this is just too much of fear.
No.
To be,
To this extent, I completely agree.
Yeah.
Okay, I assumed you meant like you always end stuff just on text without any care for the person's
No.
feelings. If you feel like you dated like a like nobody would be too violent about stuff, who's a very casual person, like who understands that relationships end at any time and that's okay. You could do it in person.
Then I would never break up with them.
No, you can break up for other reasons, but eventually at any point.
Yeah.
No,
And also like another time that I've broken up with, like I think one of my like early relationships, that was also over chat, but that is not because of like the person being, he had his dramas, but it wasn't like any of this nonsense. But it was mainly because like it was like a very long distance kind of a situation. There was no way I could meet that person.
Yeah.
So there's always
but at least a video call then.
This was like, I don't even know if there was WhatsApp at that point. Was there? I don't even know.
Then, okay, fine. That I can give it to you.
So, and also that was actually not me. My sister broke up with him on my behalf, because she was just like, I will tell your parents you're dating if you continue. I was like, take my phone. Text him, no problem.
No, that okay. Okay, but I mean, you guys tell us what you think is right.
Yeah.
Because I mean, we are both very.
I think I don't think there's a hard and fast rule. I just think based on your circumstances, I think you're allowed to be like cut some slack off. Like I don't think breaking up over
when you break up with
text
someone, you definitely need to be in a position like not just other person's comfortable, you're comfortable as well. But if it's a breakup that is coming out of nowhere, you definitely need to give the other person more space to take it in, because like you probably thought a lot before you broke up with the person, but the person probably got zero like notice.
Yeah.
I didn't, so
But I just think I don't think like yours is a correct way or the wrong way or whatever. I just think in different situations.
Oh, yeah.
And
now I've heard his story, yours isn't.
Yeah, it's just
wrong.
like everyone keeps saying, man, you're such a bitch for, breaking up over text or whatever. Like not like someone to me, but like memes and all of that. You're always portrayed in the bad light. But I just need like people to understand there's a lot of stories that, that decision comes from. And I just don't think that is a very evil thing to do based on your
maybe we should just let people
situation.
tell us. Would you break up with someone? Why would you break up with someone by text if you had to? I still wouldn't. Maybe I'll just date someone casually, break up with them on text, just to see how it feels.
Oh my god.
Maybe I'll understand your point of view. I don't know. How would you date someone and then break up with them in person? See, I will try. I'm willing to give yours a try, but I'm not giving mine a try.
What is this? Social experiment. My
Social
God.
experiment. We find out.
No.
Maybe the day where I get broken up in person and you get broken up on chat, we'll find out.
Yeah.
How we feel then. Which one would we actually prefer? I feel like if I got broken up in person, I'd be like, oh, this is so horrible. I mean, the person thing did happen. It was just like an order.
And also, personally, I don't think I would have a problem if someone dumped me over text. I would just be like, at least I don't need to like express in front of you. But I think I just need therapy.
Yeah, I think that is the key point.
Yeah.
Go back to our second episode to find out more about therapy. Yeah. But yeah, thank you guys. Hopefully we'll be doing more of these. And,
yes, and check us out on YouTube, Spotify, TikTok. We have all kinds of content. With our faces now.
Everybody who wanted our faces, here it is.
Yes, we're listening.
Okay, bye.
Bye.